Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 Ifbb Pro League Tokyo Pro Bikini results. This show was beautiful, everyone looked fabulous, and a monumental win for Miss Ashley, number 49. Oh, it's so exciting. All right, so in terms of Olympia, of course, last year's top three are automatically qualified, and then the winner of this show would be qualified, but of course it was Ashley, and she's already qualified from her previous wins at the Olympia as well as from being in last year's top three. So no new name added to the list for this show. All right, so let's look at the scorecard here. In first place, Ashley. Second, Wenjun. Third, Stina. Fourth, Yume. And fifth, Jibin. So beginning with Jibin in fifth place, I think she looks beautiful. Her skin tone, the color, oh man, it's such a beautiful color. It's so rich, so dark. The gloss is highlighting her conditioning so perfectly. I love this groove down her leg. Her midsection looks phenomenal. Really nice lines, very tight. I almost wish that the top was a little bit darker to really match the color of her tan in the midsection. But overall, I think she's got a really great look with the color of the suit and her hair and the makeup. Everything looks beautiful. I do think that she could have a little bit more roundness to the top of the glute here. She's got a lot of nice size, and I love the little curve she gets here where the glute and the hamstring come together, but I do find that this is quite a slope, and I'd love to see a bit more curve and roundness. Another thing I was thinking was her top. I wonder if she couldn't get the fit to be closer to the middle, like to have the triangles a little bit more towards the midline so that you see more skin on the side of her body and more of the lats. I think that might help to just increase the look of width in her upper body. She's got great shoulders, great definition, nice quad sweeps. I think she looks really beautiful. All right, next in fourth place is Yume. Now that's a beautiful curvy glute. I love the roundness. I love the shape, the size. It just has such a beautiful complementary shape to the shoulders. I think she's got this really nice silhouette. She's got great size in the quads. Her hamstrings have a nice curve, beautiful groove down her hip, nice definition around the quads themselves. So she's got everything. She's got great curves, great definition, nice lines, nice tiny waistline, beautiful hourglass shape. I do think she could have a little bit more width in her upper body. I think if she could get the delts to come out a little further, I would pose this back arm a bit differently. I find that the way she's got the wrist or the elbow, something about it is kind of flattening this arm, so you're seeing more of a straight line. It does come in a little bit right here, but I would love to see a bit more height and roundness into this delt if that's possible. And maybe even she could try to twist a little bit more forward so that this shoulder comes a little bit more towards the side and really balances out with the glute. Either putting on more size on the delts themselves or just posing in a way to make them look a little bit wider, I think would be a really great compliment from top to bottom. But again, beautiful suit color. I love her tan. I just really like this sharp line you see in her hair. I think that looks really cool from this front pose. Her legs, she's posed really beautifully. I love how high up on her toe she is. She just looks really stunning. Okay, next and third is Stina in a gorgeous green suit. She looks beautiful as well. I really like her conditioning. Her oblique is super sharp. She's got that great groove, and I feel like her hamstrings and quads look so good in this pose. She's got nice size, nice fullness. I think she's got a particularly nice connection between the glute and the hamstring here. It's just such a beautiful curve. I do find that she's almost leaning forward in her torso. I'd love to see a little bit more of the roundness of the glute popping high. My eye is kind of being pulled this way, and it's as if her torso is kind of, the belly button is leaning towards the bottom corner. of the floor. And I would love to see a little bit more of like just straight up and down, so the belly button is more pointing sideways. I hope that makes sense. Just to me, when I look at, for example, the line of the oblique, her oblique isn't going straight up and down. It's going at an angle. So that's something that I think might flatter the hourglass and just make her midsection look really beautiful. Although the way that she is posing here, it makes her waistline look really tiny and definitely highlights her lats. So you certainly see a great curve here. But like I said, I think her conditioning looks beautiful. She's got great size in her delts in particular. I think her shoulders stand out in this lineup. And overall, she looks fabulous. Okay, next and second is Wenjun. Now, she looks particularly beautiful with the conditioning. I think she nailed that delicate balance between having lines and outlines, but also still being round and full and curvy. I think it looks really good. She's got particularly nice hamstrings. The back leg looks really good in the hamstring. Great curve to the glute. Nice curve to that S shape in the back, and gorgeous delts. Like, she just looks really curvy. I think she's got a stunning look. I do think, though, that the midsection could have been a bit sharper. So I said I love the conditioning, and I do. I think her legs, her shoulders look great. But the line in her oblique, I think, could have been a bit more chiseled out, a bit clearer to see. She's got a really small midsection, but I'd like to see that real tight, flat stomach with even a little more ab six-pack kind of definition coming through. Just a hair, just a little tiny bit. The other thing I was thinking, she has a tremendous size in her glutes in the back pose. So I would not change anything. I think she's got a lot of size, but in this front pose, I feel like she could try maybe popping the hip in the posing. I don't know how they do it, but just try to make the glute kind of stick out more so that you have a little bit more of a difference between where the glute and the hamstring is. She's got such gorgeous curves. I'd just love to see a bit more coming in here in that little this little area where it comes in, where the glute and the hamstring are together, and just have the glute itself stick out more horizontally. So I don't know. I think it's a posing thing. I think overall she looks really beautiful. I love the suit. I think it fits her perfectly. I think her angles are great. Her shoulders look beautiful. And overall, she did a really fabulous job. And now in first place in red with that stunning red lipstick is Ashley, win number 49. So exciting. She's almost at her goal of 50 and she looks incredible. She's got everything that you need. She's got gorgeous size. Her hamstrings look fabulous. Great size in the glutes. Amazing size in her upper body. The lats look nice. She's got the hourglass shape. Really good balance between the size of the lower body and the size of the upper body. She's posing really well to align everything so your eye just sees that beautiful curve, the nice small waistline. Her conditioning looks fantastic. The line coming down her quad. Her abs always look great. Really nice oblique, the six-pack. She just looks really put together, really polished, and like she can just hit that pose, nail it, hold it, get the picture, and away she goes. It's so perfect, and so it looks easy. It looks effortless. One thing that I'm curious about is what it would look like if Ashley was a little bit less at an angle in her midsection, if she was more sideways. In this particular lineup, there are some extremely tiny waistlines, and Ashley has a more athletic kind of a core with the abs. She's a little bit more I don't want to say wide because she doesn't have a wide waistline, but she has more muscle in her torso. And I wonder in this lineup if she were more sideways, would her waistline look smaller in comparison? Or maybe not. Maybe that would throw off the hourglass. I don't know. It's just something I'm curious about. So you can let me know in the comments if you agree when we get to the lineup photos. But overall, she's just as perfect as ever. She looks amazing. Okay, so here's the lineup photos. Do you see what I mean about the midsections? So I do think Wenjin needed more definition. I think her oblique in particular could have been sharper when you've got Ashley and Stina beside her with such lean midsection, so flat. I think hers could have had more detail. And then the other thing I mentioned was the posing. So Yume is so tiny in her waistline. Same with Jibin. Ashley to me looks more athletic and has a larger core. And I wonder here if being more sideways would maybe make her waistline look smaller, kind of like how we're seeing on Stina. I also felt here, Jibin, you can really see how she needs a little bit more curve to the top of the glute. But overall, I mean, everybody looks really good, but it is still clearly a win for Ashley. I think she has everything that you need to have. Her delts look incredible. The size, the shape, the definition. Her lats are nice and full. She's got that really nice triangular shape in the upper body coming into the waistline right when you follow the line of her bikini. I think it looks really awesome. She's got an amazing size in the glutes, but in addition to the size and the nice curve on top, she's got a great degree of difference between the glute and the hamstring. Like this little spot right there where the glute and the ham come together and you've got this gorgeous shape, this nice overall silhouette. I think that sets Ashley apart from everyone in this lineup. Stina, I think, has great shoulders, but she's a little bit leaning. If she could pull this shoulder up and be more level like how Ashley is, I think that would be even more flattering. And then in the back pose, here's where I think Wenjin has amazing size in her glutes. A lot of width, a lot of fullness, a lot of roundness. But I think Ashley's hourglass is a little bit more apparent. She's got a really small waistline from the back and then very nice large delts. I think Yume has a really great hourglass from behind as well, but I don't think her hair is as flattering. There's too much thickness and fullness down at the bottom. I would either go shorter or thin it a little more, or even go in that more V shape to accentuate that triangle from the tiny waistline up into the large delts. Stina, on the other hand, I think doesn't have enough hair. I like the shape of the bottom, but I think she needs more coverage into the upper back here so that your eye sees more the triangle, the width of the shoulders down into the tininess of the back. Ashley, I think, has got the hair perfect. It's showing off the delts on the sides, covering up her back muscles. It comes nice and pointy, thinner into the waistline so you see just how narrow she is in this back pose. Her glutes look awesome, nice height, nice proportion to the legs, and great curves into her legs. Like I said, Wenjin has some fabulous size, really good development in the lower body in particular. I find her shoulders are not quite as symmetrical as Ashley's, and perhaps it's the hair, but I find that she doesn't have as much of an hourglass. Her waistline doesn't look as tiny, and just not the ratios are not quite as extreme as on Ashley. So at the end of the day, I think, as usual, a great win for Ashley. And of course, already on the list for Olympia. So that's it for this show. I have a lot more recaps coming your way. It's been super busy and there is one more weekend left to qualify. So make sure you subscribe. Give me a like if you like this video. Comment your thoughts below and come find me. I'm on Instagram at turquoise toffee.